Welcome to 100 Secrets in Fortnite, the best ones we've posted this year, and our first...
Sorry about that, my voice has been a little off. Anyways, let's start with our biggest secret. What is the origin story of Peely? At a recent film festival, the creator of Fortnite revealed that his brother hated bananas so much that he added Peely as a way to prank him. At the same time, he was asked if The Last of Us would ever collab with Fortnite, and in the past they denied it, but this time around he said it could totally happen in the future. And if you bought the Renegade Runner outfit in Season 2, it's easy to think she's just another reskin. But in the blog post, it was confirmed she's the younger sister of Renegade Raider. In her loading screen, they're even reunited and fighting alongside each other. But keep an eye out for an upcoming crossover with Doctor Who. We've had a TARDIS spray in the past, but this will be totally different. Insiders have confirmed outfits for the 14th and 15th Doctor, a glider, and a MIDI battle pass like Dragon Ball. There's also going to be mythic weapons like the Unit Advanced Rifle and Wrath Warrior Cannon, which sound pretty overpowered. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, the collab is already out. But make sure to use the check the map emote, because it has a weird secret that could foreshadow Chapter 5. As your character is confused and trying to figure out which way the map is, take a look at the image and you'll find exactly why they're lost. This island doesn't even exist. That's probably just a joke, but there is something to look forward to, and that is the Season 3 Battle Pass, which will include Miles Morales. If you pay attention to the start date, it's marked down as June 2nd, which is suspiciously the same day across the Spider-Verse releases. But Chapter 4 also has a brand new story to follow. We've been watching the Rock family for so long, it's strange to see them replaced by a group of frogs. They're sheltered under a rock and accompanied by Thunder. Speaking of Thunder, recently we found out that a huge part of him is missing. Since he's inspired by a kaiju, it doesn't make sense that his tail is gone. But look at the pickaxe and you realize it's his missing tail, chopped off and turned into a spiked bat. And no one has noticed what else is missing in Chapter 4. For years, we have dealt with one of the most annoying features in the game, vehicle clamps. Well, good news, Epic has secretly vaulted these, so you'll never be disappointed by a useless car again. On the topic of vehicles, there's a secret update to trucks. For years, they've stayed the same until Epic changed them in a random update. Next time you find a semi, put it in reverse and you'll hear this. And if you keep driving around, you might find Meowscles' secret house. Between Frenzy Fields and Steamy Springs, you'll discover an unnamed building with a bed, bowl of food, and stacks of tuna cans. The garden also has some archery practice and a poster of the summer skin we never got, so maybe this year. A detail nobody talks about was at Steamy Stacks in Chapter 2. We knew this thing was powered by Kevin, but the POI was full of subtle details. I mean, look at the bushes. Leading up to the entrance, they are all cubes. And there were amazing secrets included in the Dragon Ball crossover that Epic didn't tell you. In the reward pass, we had the boosting key and charging up emotes. Yeah, they've been locked in the past, but the new emotes can be used by anyone, and if you duo wearing Beerus, he has a special purple effect that only appears on him, a small Easter egg from the show. One thing we were never expecting to see was Lil Whip's eyes. You might be confused, but he has had them shut for years, and we've only seen them open right before he was crushed in the Season 2 trailer. We also had the appearance of a mysterious character called Serenade, and she's more interesting than you might think. You could only find her walking around one of the 3 monoliths, and she sells heisted exotics for only 25 gold. I mean, this is the best bargain we've ever had. But something even Epic forgot to change has been accidentally left out of the game. We got a brand new style for Panda Team Leader as they reveal that Sid is the face behind the mask of all the Cuddle Bears. Well, they actually forgot to remove the placeholder of Ramirez underneath, so technically she has 2 identities. Over the years, we've been able to follow the story of the Shrinking Chair. It has made a ton of appearances and was last spotted in Chapter 3 near Sanctuary. We sure was hidden in a bush, but at least you can find it. Now we have no idea where this chair is. We did get a look though at a scrap version of Calamity that would have looked incredible in the game. The artist who made the original skin also proposed a tactical military remix, and a lot of the community were disappointed to see that Epic never went through with this. We do have some cosmetics to enjoy, like the Bash Burner pickaxe, so while the fire's pretty tiny, it's easy to miss a mind-blowing detail. If you step into water, it'll extinguish the flame, and this works for all fire cosmetics. From fire to gold, Midas is known for his cursed touch. In fact, it spreads to every weapon he holds. But what happens when he's wearing gloves? On the Bodyguard LTM, every skin gets a pair of gloves, and when it comes to Midas, his gold touch actually stops working. I'm more impressed by the fact that his curse extends past weapons and items. It turns gas pumps solid gold too. It goes to show that Fortnite is full of details, and only die-hard fans notice some of them, like the secret Resident Evil Easter egg. Not only is the pickaxe an obvious link to the Umbrella Corporation, but it's also from a scene in the movie where Claire uses it as a weapon. Something that's far more powerful is the tactical shotgun, which has been in the game for years, but nobody paid attention to this tiny green monitor on the side. If you zoom really far far in, you'll notice that it's playing a game of Snake. And did you know that Peely is the most killed character in Fortnite history? He has been brutally eliminated at least 9 times, and Epic isn't gonna stop anytime soon. One of the strangest secrets is also the most interesting. It turns out there's only one great cosmetic that has ever appeared in the item shop. Rainbow Bubblegum is a common wrap that was sold in Chapter 2 for 300 V-Bucks. The most popular item shop skin of all time is Bright Bomber, but did you know she's been hiding something for almost 5 years? If you equip her entire set and jump from the battle bus, you could actually shoot rainbow cannons, making this one of only 2 gliders with a secret feature. And that's not the only thing we missed out on. If you wondered how Thunder was getting fish for his sushi restaurant, Fortnite posted a video that reveals his dark secret. And a crazy detail was hidden on the side of Groot's baller in Chapter 2. We have only seen this angle of it looking like tree branches, but replay mode exposed Groot himself in the ball, revealing he's hugging around you. But I am shocked that Fortnite hit a poster of Meowscles butt naked. You can find it in some alleyways around Mega City, and thankfully he's covered up by a bush, but this was a close one. I mean, seriously, any less leaves and the game would have become 18+. Something that just cannot be missed though is how the Battle Royale game Free Fire completely stole Fortnite characters. Right at the end of a trailer, you can see Ruby and Lux within the crowd, but look even closer and you'll notice almost every character here is from Fortnite. I'll just say Epic's lawyer definitely took notes because it quickly vanished from social media. That's just like how Agent Jones disappeared in Chapter 3. Yeah, he has like 20 different styles, but the best cameo is hiding in a random set. Focus got an updated style for her cosmetics, and if you take a look at the back bling, you'll start to notice a face. Of course, it is none other than Jonesy trapped inside the void. Something everyone has used got secretly changed because the Mythic Havoc pump got renamed. It is now called the Enhanced Havoc Pump, which explains why the headshot is still so deadly. Someone who prefers a pistol is Deadpool, and I mean sure his cosmetics are cool, but do you remember him hand-delivering them? Back when we had 3D Battle Fast lobbies, Deadpool was hiding in the bathroom, and if you access his computer, there was a secret ski mini-game where you ran from evil Peelies. Hey Stan also felt cornered after he won a competition to get a custom spray in Fortnite. The best part, his idea was Giga Chad, and it quickly became one of the most anticipated cosmetics of the year. Then, reality hit, and Epic changed their mind, denying Giga Chad Jonesy. It wasn't because of copyright, but apparently some toxic communities are known for using the meme negatively, so Epic wants nothing to do with that. But there's a secret that's been in the game for 5 years, and there's so many people who never noticed it to this day. It's very small, but if you change the materials you're building with, the blueprint paper will also change with it. A nice detail to admire, just like the Mega City POI, from the billboards to the huge skyscrapers, but its greatest feature has to be the statue of a cyber dragon. Except this is no ordinary statue. As the storm circle timer hits 0 with every phase, the dragon does this. And it seems everyone has already forgotten what's underneath this place in Season 2. Not only was Faulty Splits crushed, but it was the first starter POI in Fortnite history to be removed after just 1 season. And there's an old POI lying around that you would never expect. On the southern coast of Chapter 4's Japan biome, fish sticks sign from years ago washed up on shore. Now this could become its own restaurant in the future, but after seeing what happened to Faulty Splits, I'm not so sure. But did you know you could find references to Epic's other projects all over the game? For years, every single island has displayed paintings from old games. The Infinity Blade is a historic series, and the shark was from a mobile app. Even Midas is based on a real person, but Epic has taken it way too far considering he has like 10 different skins. Frozen Midas, Summer Midas, Anime Midas, there's even concept art of an upcoming digital version. The cosmetic you can't buy is found in Season 2's reveal trailer. As Thunder drives through the streets of Mega City, he does a very familiar move. Comparing it to the bike drift from Akira, it's identical, and it's honestly so iconic. One of the coolest features is included in Eevee's wrap. If you use the balance of 2 on any item, it'll show red and blue, and this left people disappointed because it's not like that on our featured image. Well, luckily Epic fixed it, and if you use the wrap on dual pistols, it now shows this. An accident they didn't fix was the hidden voice lines you weren't supposed to find. Epic left bloopers from the Zero Crisis event, and this is where the Foundation drops an F-bomb.
I need to start the containment process now.
Now, a few skins like Highwire have a secret that not many players noticed. If you zoom right into her face, she has smudged lipstick, which is not only in every style, but even in her loading screens. Fortnite is on another level sometimes, and that's why other games are scrambling to copy it, like PUBG Mobile. In 2022, they hosted their very own concert with Blackpink. It was accused of being a blatant ripoff of the Ariana Grande event, and looked a little similar. Luckily, the Rift Tour was nominated for Best Metaverse Performance at the VMAs, a great way to celebrate a success, but guess who won the award reward instead. Another one of Fortnite's events was Collision, and it contained one of the greatest details out there. The moment when Peely drives in and saves the day is pretty wholesome, but it secretly had a ton of buildup. When you first land onto the island, you can see Peely's slurp truck at Synap Station. He actually follows us as we make our way to the collider, coming in clutch at the perfect moment. Fortnite's main character is also hiding an insane secret. John Jones has a tragic backstory, recently revealing that he was immortal and had a family hundreds of years ago who died of old age. But what barely anyone knows is that back in Chapter 2 Season 6, when we were given a ton of new Primal-themed weapons, they were secretly reskins of existing black metal weapons that were already in Save the World. In 2018, Fortnite became so viral that just about everyone was playing it in class, so one teacher asked Epic Games to help him out. A few weeks later, this appeared on the loading screen. And if you're playing every day during Chapter 3, you might have been lucky enough to experience the most unexplainable day in Fortnite history. Out of nowhere, the game suddenly turned to chaos. You're able to shoot your own teammates, edit enemy builds, and even see the location of everyone in the match, and this was just the tip of the iceberg. People in solos were getting teammates out of nowhere, and sometimes Fortnite would just eliminate you on the spot. It was crazy. During all this mess, only one person was raising his eyebrows, and obviously I'm talking about the Foundation. In order for Epic to pull this off, they had to add an extra bone in his face just to do the signature brow raise. But something that topped it is our favorite thing that has ever been added to Fortnite, and of course I'm referring to Klombo. He's super cute, but did you know he actually had a different name? In the files leading up to his release, all of the challenges called him Buttercake. This was changed when the fans saw him in the trailer for Chapter 3 and decided to nickname him Klombo. Surprisingly, Epic ran with it. Everyone also loves Grogu, and it's easy to sit there and watch him be adorable, but if you wait long enough, he'll pull out random objects like the ball from the Razor Crest or a bowl of soup. Sticking with Lucasfilm, Indiana Jones used to have a wholesome secret under his hat. In replay mode, you could find the words "Lamb and Finn love Dad," a sweet message left by the dev for his kids. And while everyone knows about the mythic goldfish, there was secretly a golden mushroom that was only in the game for 2 months. It had a 1 in 10,000 chance of spawning and gave you 100 shield instantly. And did you know that there's a secret Lady Gaga crossover in the game? The Jug Band emote starts off like any other song, but if you have 4 instruments playing, you'll realize it's the iconic sound of Poker Face. And the references are way less subtle when it comes to Lord of the Rings, because in Chapter 3, this sandcastle could be found on the beach, showing a 1-to-1 recreation of Helm's Deep from the movies. One of the most iconic Easter eggs in Fortnite appeared when Steamy Stacks was introduced. Hidden inside the control station was this pile of pink donuts half eaten, and as we know, there's only one person who loves donuts and works at a power plant: Homer Simpson. Something a ton of players forgot about is the huge tease that Epic gave us 3 years ago. On the Chapter 2 map was a mansion which looked pretty normal, but when you viewed it from above, it actually spelled out the name Noah. Some people thought it was a random Easter egg or even an homage to Noah's Noah, but it actually turned out to be a warning for Season 3's flood season, with a reference being to Noah's Ark. I know Epic teases stuff secretly, but this was just ridiculously clever. But from water to sand, Chapter 3 brought us a memorable secret with this innocent refrigerator in the desert. Who would have guessed that such a small detail was an actual teaser for the Indiana Jones collab? And some of Fortnite's biggest characters originally had completely different names. The Foundation was going to be called The Chosen, and before his release, the scientist was named Visitor Volta. I think of course everyone already figured out that Paradigm was planned to be Singularity, but Fortnite changed their minds. While it's embarrassing for Epic, you could also feel ashamed thanks to one of the most humiliating achievements in the game. In Chapter 2, the rarest Fortnite item in history was released as the Mythic Goldfish. It had a 1 in a million chance of spawning and could kill enemies with a single hit, so you had to be pretty unlucky to be the victim of this. To make sure you remember getting annihilated, Fortnite leaves a special legacy achievement on your account called Fish Slap. But there's a secret about a lizard, and it has to do with Thunder, who is secretly a reference to Godzilla. His entire set is themed around it, not to mention the fact that he is a kaiju. There's so many hidden references, and that's why fans of Attack on Titan will love Levi's idle animation. Not only did they copy his unamused face at all times, but he's even programmed to wipe specks of dirt off his jacket because he's so obsessed with hygiene in the show. Another detail can be found on Mancake, more specifically his head. In a match, the sun is glaring right at you, and with each passing minute, the butter will melt, getting smaller and smaller until it's completely gone. Now, that's still not as interesting as Chapter 4's extra details that are insanely hard to spot. It wasn't until recently that Cypher pointed out a hidden secret in his Icon series. There's a pink bow on his glider as a reference to his wife. She gave it to him when they first met, and it's been on his microphone ever since. Now it's in Fortnite too. Speaking of detailed cosmetics, Skull Trooper's set includes Ghost Portal, and it turns out this actually releases the spirits of other skins, like Rex, Bright Bomber, and Rust Lord. And there are some secret messages hidden in the license plates of your favorite Fortnite cars. Whiplashes are super fast, of course, while Sedan beats walking. Taxis are harder to figure out, but it's a reference to the Power Play radio station. Their pickup trucks are grisly, and even though police cars are gone, they had laws written on the back. And nobody has noticed the ridiculous amount of detail in the Witcher set. If you use his Igni sign emote while holding the sword, he'll actually keep it in his hand and remove it from his backpack. And that's not the only special cosmetic, because players discovered a small Easter egg when they combined a regular emote with a collab skin. If you became Thanos in the Avengers LTM and then used the snap action, it would make the Infinity Stones flash. It was such a cool detail that it was carried over to his skin and back bling when he hit the item shop. One of Fortnite's most popular features is thanking the bus driver, but it turns out this was only added after a fan-made petition got tons of signatures. If you take Rocket Raccoon along for the ride, he is very interactive, from holding his breath underwater to spitting at people when you're knocked. Not as ridiculous as the time that Fortnite used to have an unlimited ammo cap. This meant that people could run around with literally hundreds of rockets. It was insanely broken. In the years since then, we've had some incredible LTMs, but so much has happened that it's easy to forget some of the craziest modes. We used to have games like Storm Chaser Surfin', where you impulse each other into the storm, or Tank Battle that gave everyone way too much health, and of course, Floor is Lava. Nowadays, none of these ever return, and we are stuck with solid gold 24/7. While you're spending eternity waiting for them, grab a snack with the Toasty Roast emote. Turns out, if you hold them over the fire for long enough, the marshmallows burn out and need to be replaced. One of the greatest stories in Fortnite was found in a house near Greasy Grove. Here you'd find a secret note that said, "Andrea, will you go to prom with me, Eric?" And if you're wondering, they did end up going together. If you started playing Fortnite in Chapter 3 instead, you'll remember that the season's war theme was a huge case of bad timing. To make up for it, Epic donated $144 million to humanitarian causes in Ukraine, and even added an Easter egg on the map. But one of the coolest secrets of Chapter 4 can be found in creative mode. There's an exclusive weapon that we have never seen before, and it's the purple and gold version of the OG assault rifle. Maybe they're prepping them for Battle Royale in the future. One of the funniest secrets that Fortnite has ever added was actually all the way back in 2015. Here are the main default skins, then this was them in Chapter 2. Pretty awesome. Obviously, shout out to the OG defaults from Season 1, except during the alpha of Fortnite, the default skins look like this. This gotta be the derpiest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I hope Epic bring these back to the item shop for like April Fools or something. Something that's not coming back is a feature you probably forgot about. With the introduction of tornadoes, Fortnite also added lightning to the game. You could just get zapped out of nowhere and get a speed boost, but sadly, they were removed just a few weeks later. Epic really doesn't want you to know about one of their most embarrassing changes. During a random update, people noticed that something had been left out of the patch notes. Epic secretly changed the size of Eevee's chest, and it just looked super weird. Kinda reminded me of the famous Calamity incident, and we expected Epic to pretend it was a glitch again. Well, after people began to notice, Epic didn't lie about it. They simply said they would be reverting the change in a future update. But the best way to reminisce on the past is with these exclusive pins. There is one for every season, but sadly, they're only for Epic employees. A lot of people want to get their hands on them, so hopefully they'll be sold as merch one day, but they're exclusive, so I doubt it. That's still not as rare as the time you could become a Karen in Fortnite. Back in Chapter 2, if you landed at Craggy Cliffs and destroyed 20 decorations in Fish Sticks restaurant, you'd be granted, "Can I speak to a manager?" Because only a Karen would smash up this place. And you probably know that most of Fortnite weapons are based on existing guns, but it turns out this also includes some of the crazy ones. Things like the Dragon's Breath shotgun are taken straight out of real life, and it's a replica of the Winchester Liberator, but obviously it doesn't shoot fire. And if you're already hyped for the summer event this year, you have good reason to be. Epic has started working on surfboards, which we haven't seen since 2019. I'm just praying they bring back daily weapons and LTMs this time around. For anyone who's a fan of getting a pet animal, you might not want to know about the saddest secret. When taming them, a ton of hearts would appear, which is adorable, but Epic secretly added a new animation for when they're sad. If you're eliminated, get too far away, or even replace them, they'll show broken hearts above their heads. But people went from sad to humiliated when Fortnite pulled off their greatest prank in Chapter 2. In the newsfeed, a Mew and Cuddle team leader was spotted, and the silhouette made it look insanely overpowered, with Epic promising free shields, XP, and a rocket launcher. Well, that's until you clicked the button and got rickrolled instead. And they even faked it on Twitter, where it looks like they messed up by posting a video about a polar bear, only for it to give you Fish Stick doing the Rick roll. What you probably didn't know though is that back in 2018, Epic Games actually pitched a Fortnite movie to Sony Pictures and offered them the rights to make one, but Sony passed on the idea. So we'll probably never get to see someone rocket riding on the big screen, but even that feature was originally unintended. When people learned how to rocket ride, it was an accidental glitch, but the response was so positive that the devs left it in. And it's not the only learning experience Fortnite has been through. During the first ever live event, there was no protection for players. So when someone destroyed a viewing platform, it broke the world record for most eliminations. Well, that's not as shocking as the secret backstory of the llamas, which will change the way you look at these innocent piñatas forever. In fact, they're not piñatas at all. These guys don't explode with candy. They're alive, and you can find a dead llama on a campfire in the game. While everyone knows about the classic gnome in the wall Easter egg that has been in the game since day one, it was recently updated so that the gnome itself is a brick. But pay attention to the item shop, because while some skins are the rarest, one of them has taken the place for the most common. You probably expect it to be something like Bright Bomber or even the superhero skins, but it is actually Captain America. He's been in the item shop for a total of 99 days, so the next time he returns, he'll hit the record of 100 appearances. Something else that's been in the game for years are vending machines, and every time you interact with them, you'll be greeted by Lana. She's a llama AI inside all the vending machines and actually has special lines if you emote. The pistol vending machines will love Western dances, and they'll ask what's so funny if you use Laugh It Up. You can even offer her a hug, show off your crowns, or have her sing along with you. Just don't threaten her with a sword. And it turns out Fortnite isn't exactly family friendly the deeper you look, and that's where the comics take things to another level. These don't have to be PG-13, so they add things like a gory fish stick death, or how in Zero War, the Imagine and Wolverine sleep together multiple times. But I feel bad for the Stringles pickaxe. If there's one thing guitars are known for, it's getting smashed. Hitting things not only breaks the guitar, but his face becomes more and more bruised as you do it. And some people are still confused about an Easter egg over 3 years later when this orange briefcase appeared in the basement of Steamy Stacks. It was eventually revealed to be a Tenet reference, and when the movie finally came out, it explained everything, but for those who didn't watch, you were probably confused. At the end, the characters sacrifice everything to make sure that these pieces are never found, and it looks like one of them was stored underneath Steamy Stacks. While we'll never find out what was stored under the Foundation statue, we did manage to do crazier things like sending it to space with a single tire. This was one of the most infamous glitches Fortnite has ever had, so they paid tribute to it a few weeks later with a bunch of tires around the statue. You gotta respect it, but if you prefer to admire Fortnite in person, make sure to go to an epic hosted event, because they actually give out real-life versions of the food and drinks. In the past, they've sold Slurp juices, Durr burgers, and even tacos by Guaco. Rewinding all the way back to day one of Battle Royale, you might be shocked to learn that V-Bucks were originally going to be called something completely different. Yeah, imagine spending battle bucks on your favorite skins. I mean, it just sounds weird. Those were 100 of the best secrets we posted on our channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit subscribe and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.